Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's my pleasure to announce my good buddy just spent the August long weekend with his family, Tim and Nancy, and I'm excited to hear him share tonight a business opportunity from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Don Carson.
Great, thanks, Brett. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was a great weekend. I know in Canada, for example, in Quebec, they didn't celebrate the Harbor Fest or the August long weekend, but the rest of Canada did. So for our Canadian friends, I hope you had a good, safe holiday. And I know we did. We might have gone a little overboard, but we did have a good time. I know we shared some pictures and heard from a lot of people that said, geez, I got to get my butt down to this Lake of the Woods. Looks like a lot of fun. So anyways, tonight I'd like to share a little bit about what's really exciting, what's got my wife and I's attention the last 4 years, and really got us focused more on the future than in the past, say 20 years. And 20 years ago, if I think back, my entrepreneurial spirit was running high. I left teaching, took a leave of absence, and went off onto a business venture that I made millions of dollars off of, which I'll share a little bit of tonight. But I'm kind of the opinion now, for those of you that are looking at this for the first time, this I believe will be your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, if you get your head around what it is that this has to offer you, and in particular, what in fact you can do with an opportunity that presents itself, like this Valentis company. Valentis is an interesting story. For my wife and I, when we first looked at this, it wasn't about the business, it was more about the products. We brought our entrepreneurial spirit to the table once we made a decision that the products had some validity and as my wife would describe it, measurable results. Really important to understand what measurable results are from a health standpoint, from a result standpoint. And so for us, when we had the results we did early, my marketing hat went on, and I started to think a little bit about opportunity and all the things that I had done through the years with all kinds of money and capital invested into it. And I thought, man, you don't have to go far to really get your entrepreneurial spirit to really move forward in a company that doesn't ask you to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars. And for us, moving the amount of money worth of products and services over the years that we have, and the ups and downs that we've experienced, we relate that to what I believe all of you bring to the table at different levels. You all bring into this opportunity potentially, a big goal, a big dream. But what that's going to have to be tempered with is the entrepreneurial spirit, that it's never a straight shot to the top in anything you do. In any business venture you'll ever do, you've got to learn and earn. There's even franchises where you got to spend $500,000 and work as an employee for a year before they'll give you the actual franchise. So you've got to earn your keep, and you've got to understand that there is no get-rich-quick scheme ever that's the real deal. So what you have to understand with what I'm sharing with you tonight is I've seen the ups and downs throughout my career. I'm almost been bankrupt. I've made millions of dollars. I've been in the stock market, lost millions in a day, and made millions in a day in the stock market at one time. And one of the things that's always sort of kept me going is knowing that, there is another day. And if you can get up from, for example, this boating accident when Nancy and I almost died, and back in the summer of 2014, and we survived. Nancy went to that windshield and shattered her ankle, and her shoulder got smashed up pretty good in my back. This day, if it wasn't for our Mulin product, I don't believe that I would be able to be as active as I am today. But, it's an eye-opener. But we did realize the next day that we had to go out there and start hugging the world. And that picture was the next day after that night before boat that just about killed us. Why do I share that picture with you? Because all of us have those moments where things look just incredibly bad, or you've hit that wall, or you've lost your job, or there's a change in your community or in your city, and they've raised the price of something, or they've done something that has caused you to believe that there is no hope. But if you get up the next day, you go to bed with a positive mindset, and you realize that the world has so much to offer, there's a good chance that you'll start realizing that it's not about the money you might have lost in some sort of adventure. It's about the cash flow you need to generate to be able to continue the lifestyle that you are accustomed to. And so for Nancy and I, when we realized that you know, if we wouldn't have come home that night from that boating accident, our kids couldn't have maintained their same lifestyle. And so we started to go down this path once we understood the power of residual income to start teaching this concept of what a millionaire's mindset is. The billionaires of the world are buying up companies like this company because they realize that cash flow is king. They want the regular cash flow on a monthly basis from their investments. They may call it dividends. They might call it real estate rental roll. At the end of the day, it comes down to the same thing. How much cash can you generate on a weekly, monthly basis that can keep you in the lifestyle that you're accustomed to? So when I relate this picture to $1 million deposit, the side effect of this is I would never keep $1 million on deposit. I'm notoriously one of those people that would go buy the bigger boat, go buy a different car, go buy another couple of Sea-Doos, go buy a couple of snowmobiles. I'll spend the money. But the problem with that for all of us in the world today is that everything that we do to change our lifestyle costs more money to maintain it. And I think that's the message I want to share with all of you tonight is that bottom number of $1,650 per month is the amount of interest that would be paid out on a monthly basis on average if you had $1 million on deposit, if you could keep it there. And that's the challenge. Most people will spend it. I mean, they just want more stuff. We want stuff, right? So when I look at this image here, I want you to keep that in mind, that you're not going out there to create millionaires. You're going out there to create people that can have ongoing cash flow on a weekly basis. Every one of us on this Zoom, every one of you that look at this recording after, knows somebody that $400 or $500 extra a month could change their life. It might be the difference between them creating a college fund for their kids, maybe making that vacation a reality and putting it away for a year and then going on that vacation. Whatever it is, that mindset can change in a positive way if regularly cash flow comes in. And that's why we believe cash flow is king. So when you get your head around what we're going to share with you tonight, there's three major things that you have to understand about this industry. First of all, you know, more money is great, and we all want more money. It's like oxygen. You need it, right? But time freedom is just so critical once you understand what that can do to your health. The freedom of getting off a couch and be able to walk because you get your health back is a phenomenal reward for my wife and I when we have people thanking us for introducing us to these incredible products. So we want to touch on these three things briefly here. I want you to understand that for most people, they'll go out and buy a new handbag. They'll go out and buy new jeans, new shoes. They might do something a little bit out of the ordinary to reward themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you can afford to reward yourself, do it. But the fact is, good health costs money and bad health costs more. And if you've got all the money in the world and you haven't got your health, you've got nothing. So what we want you to really get your head around is that there are people out there that are aspiring to inspire. Think about that. This lady inspires so many at 97 running a marathon. And you know what? Her attitude is what I teach and basically promote all the time now, that we all have 100% of our life left. And you've got to figure out what you're going to do with it. I want you to understand that you're not alone if you're concerned about not having enough month in the month of August to get through the month and pay all your bills. So you look at the end of the month and you say, man, I ran out of money because there's no month left. When you start understanding that, and you start understanding that there's a method of distribution that is taking the world by storm, and it's called network marketing. You'll understand that laying awake at night, worried about your finances and your health, there is another way. There's a better way, and what it takes is some change in your mindset. You have to start understanding that this industry is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a legitimate distribution model that is replacing, and I emphasize this, it's replacing many of the retail ways of old, like, for example, in nutrition, GNC stores. I grew up going to a GNC store, 900 locations closing. What's that tell you about the nutrition industry? People want and are more inclined to take the good results of somebody's results in their own words and buy that product. And that's kind of what we're going to share with you tonight, is you've got a chance to not be a celebrity, but be a real person sharing real results, and just watch the reaction and the smile when those people look at you and say, you know, man, or whoever you are, girl, woman, you look pretty good. Yeah, you do look good. I mean, think about it. Have you ever gone, in my case, to a high school reunion and see the people in the room and look at them and go, do I really look that old? And then, realize after how much better or different you look. And for me, it's because I've been on this health journey for a number of years, but I really understand more and more now that when I share my results with people involved in a company that has really good elements to it, right? Good timing, which we're going to share tonight. Training and support like this regular weekly Zoom. I do this every Wednesday for half an hour, 5 minutes of a question and answer. And I talk about the commission structure here, our products, our company that's, allowing so many people in the world, 90 countries we're shipping to, 80, 90,000 representatives and customers and more growing by the day of people using our products and sharing the good health. And as a result of that, some of those folks are getting rewarded with residual income. They're getting rewarded with a thank you from Valentis for opening the door to their products. I don't have to manufacture the products. I don't have to inventory the products. And see, I come from a background where I had 25 staff in one location and another 30 staff on another location. And to this day today, my wife and I have about $14, $15 million invested into 3 different companies with about 120 employees spread out amongst those companies, and it's risk. And honestly, with all my heart, I can tell you we make more money on this company per month than we make in all 3 of those combined, even with that investment. And I look at, my summer. For those of you that follow Don Carson or Nancy Carson on Facebook, maybe we go overboard. Maybe we share just our lifestyle of having fun. But gosh, folks, I didn't see my son grow up. I didn't take him to hockey. I didn't coach him because I was so busy making somebody else, so successful in business because I was traveling around as an executive. And before you know it, I started a company. I was traveling. I missed it. What I love about what I do now is I have the time. I spend July and August at my college, and I invite friends there, and we negotiate with them, and we show them our lifestyle as much as we can, and it's a reward. And I've been able to prevail and allow other people to experience some of the things that we've benefited from hard work. But what I want you to realize is that we now look at the next phase of our life. This man's created and opened another door for us. My first door was open when I was a kid, and somebody taught me about being a school teacher. I taught school for 10 years, and while I was teaching, I developed my personality of being able to stand in front of people, and all of it's connected. And now what he's done is he's opened my door to the future of being a global company. Folks, here's my story. Here's what I say to everybody. I'm involved with a globally expanding company that works on 4 wellness principles: good blood flow, good digestion, pain and mental clarity and focus, and pain relief. And the byproduct of that is I help people get control of their lifestyle and they can manage their weight better. That's what I say. And we're about to add another category shortly in the skincare, which then takes you to another level because of vanity, people wanting to look good and seeing themselves without wrinkles on their face. All of this is attached to this story that I'm sharing with you tonight, a debt-free company, 5 years old, that started and has a house or home office in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And it started back 5 years ago, just recently. And just recently, it's just fascinating to say that we've gone up $1 million a month during the summer in revenue. We're now over $8 million in revenue. We're expected to hit around 12 to 15 million in revenue sometime between now and the end of the year. Let's say the end of the year, first quarter of 2020, we'll be at a $15 to $20 million a month mark sometime in 2020. You all get to see and be part of that growth, that incredible opportunity that doesn't come along often. It might be what would be called the corner that's not for sale ever again. Somebody bought it 20 years ago, and they bought it for $10,000 and they sold it for $5 million 20 years later. This is kind of what we have right now, folks. We have a chance to not, participate in programs that are miserable and complicated and have all these compliance issues. We've created an environment that people are going to be so excited to participate in. And if we want to look at weight management, man, we've got a great product. Coffee, weight loss, it's a no-brainer. Hey, do you know anybody who drinks coffee? I know tons. Do you know anybody who wants to lose weight? I know millions. The thing that's fascinating about our coffee called Optimum is it's a what we call a neurological way of thinking. It takes your brain and your stomach and disconnects it so you don't have the same cravings. And on the same token, it has some ingredients inside it that help you accelerate and feel better and focus on mental clarity. And before you know it, you just feel darn good. And you're able to get off the couch and do some things. That's our coffee. You know that there's billions of cups of coffee consumed daily? You know that most people who drink coffee will drink coffee till the day they die? They'll probably have a coffee on the day they die. That's how sad that is, but it's true. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. Billions and billions of overweight people and billions of cups of coffee. Why not get our piece? You know, the CEOs of the world, they recognize that. They are connecting up their brands with coffee. McCafe, for God's sakes. Every McDonald's I see now has a McCafe attached to it. They're marketing coffee because it won't go away. It's such an exciting, look at all these brands. How does Starbucks get $5 for a cup of coffee? I don't know. You know why? They're smart. But you see, here's the difference. This graphic here, when I look at this, and I see that I lost 16 pounds on a couple of tubs of Optimum coffee and did the math. And I said, man, that's about, 16 pounds divided into $120 is about $7.50. It cost me to lose each one of those pounds. And I started to relate that to all of these fat loss programs out there that promote fake food. I mean, this is my chart. I look at it and I go, hey, for $400, $500 worth of dried up fake food, am I going to be able to stay on that the rest of my life? No way. Every one of you know people that know that diets don't work. They gain the weight, they lose the weight, they gain more weight. And there's no difference in these brands. But if you relate the amount of money it would cost you for that fake food, plus everything else, and you're still going to drink coffee at your Tim Hortons or whoever the heck you're going to go to coffee, we save money in our program overall. We really do. Folks, we have a gift. We have a weight management program that has so many different products. I'm excited that, our 24/7 and our trim oversold, got us to the point where we didn't keep track. Now they're coming back into stock before you know it. But we have a cocoa product as well. And our cocoa product is delicious. It's like cheating on yourself. It's like having a chocolate bar, but you're drinking cocoa and you lose weight. We have a program that allows you to go into wellness, like our More Detox. Such an amazing product. I think it's the fountain of youth. That's my words. My words, Don Carson. It's the fountain of youth. I've got, UV damage that says it can help you with. I'm seeing stuff like I've been scared of for years going away right before my eyes. Folks, there's an ingredient in here that if people have a drug overdose, they give it to you in the hospital because they want it to detoxify and remove the bad stuff that's put in your body. It's called active charcoal. There's an ingredient in this product called carbon 60. Google it. Go look at it. It might be the greatest discovery in the last 20 years when it comes to embedding your body with the proper minerals. You see, when we die, we dehydrate when we're older, and we lose our minerals through our cells. So we basically deteriorate because we are dehydrating and we haven't got the ability to maintain. That's why I think this is the fountain of youth. It's an odorless, tasteless dropper that you put in your water, and before you know it, you're drinking water, but you put the More Detox in it, and come morning time, your body's replenished all night long. Your cellular energy is increasing. You're getting the nutrition that you need, and it's replenished. And folks, I believe personally that there's so many stories that are going to come out of this with people that understand what this does for them after the fact that you'll be blown away. Our energy product, a $52 billion industry, folks, that's where we started. We were an energy product first back in 2014. Then we expanded. We went to 4 products by the time I got here. Now we're over 20 and more coming. This one, I know there's a lot of people that are beyond excited about this product. I just want to say, from my own personal opinion, it's my favorite product. I can't do without it now. If I take this product, my back is fine. I feel normal. I'm able to do sit-ups again and start walking and doing the things. I played volleyball on the weekend and replenished what we call the Carson Crushers. 5 of us beating 5 people that came to our cottage. I'm so excited about this product. My back kept me from being active, and Mulin has made me back to being active. What it does is ultimately is an inflammation manager. And if you do your own research, inflammation is the cause of so many problems. And Dr. Joe Aarons, 2-time Nobel Prize scientist, a nominated scientist, discovered this product, and he brought it to Valentis now. It's officially in pre-launch, but it's about to go live with the Prevail Mulin in what we call a C form and an M form. The M form, of course, we'll learn more about as it comes out, but M is for everybody. The C will be for everybody, but more in particular, diabetics. The everybody in the M should be not the diabetics, because there's a slight different formula in the M that in fact is maybe a little bit too much for a diabetic. So you want to think about that down the road, but right now, today, be excited. This product right here, I believe, will double our company's numbers in the next 2 years as a result of the stories that'll come out with it. Max, still one of my favorite products. I look at the Max and I think about blood flow, good blood flow. And if you have good blood flow, everything takes care of itself. you know, getting off the couch, being lethargic, your brain, your mental clarity, your fog, circulation, people getting their fingertip experiences back, getting rid of the pains in their feet. And it's amazing how you can rehab as a result of good blood flow. So understand the Max. It's a great product. It's safe for everybody. We actually have a canine version of it and a cat version of it called a Prevail Canine. And that product has xylitol not in it. Xylitol gives this the mint flavor. One of the things that you want to understand is that their products are designed for each and every one of us. So you know what? Follow the rules if you can. Our Skinny Body product line, company we acquired, being relaunched with a couple of new names as well as some new packaging. Over the next 2-3 weeks, you'll hear more about this as we come into convention in Orlando, Florida on September 5th, 6th, and 7th. This company suddenly goes to work. And each and every one of you, like myself, take summer vacation time, put it behind us, and start doing what you need to do to create your own momentum. See, we're at that sweet spot right now. At 8 million, in another couple of million, we'll be at what we call critical mass in this industry. When you hit 10 million a month, that's when the big fund players start showing up and saying, hey, I want in, right? Because they know you're going to the top with this company. That top being $1 billion in revenue. We expect this company to be $1 billion company within the next 3 to 5 years. That means all of you get to grow from what we are now, which is about 80, 90 million a year company, to $1 billion company, which is a 10-time growth story. If you're making $1 today, that means you're going to make $10 in the next 3, 4, 5 years. Your check's going to go up. So get excited about the profit centers, all of the things that we have here to offer. For example, I'm just going to touch on 4 of them. Immediate income. There's a little card there you see in this picture called a 6-day experience. It allows people to sell for $20, 6 sticks of coffee. Immediate income for those people that can do that in markets that this is legal in. In some markets that we ship to, we call it not for resale, so you can't retail the products, but you can consume the product. And we have the ability to make what we call fast starts, and that's the immediate income that I was showing you here. $20, $40, $60, or $100 instantly as a result of somebody purchasing a product off of your website. We offer legacy bonuses, or what we call leveraged income. So if you have just a little bit of time and you add some people to your team and they put a little bit of time, before you know it, you're getting a little piece of the action from all those people. Yeah, I know right now with all my heart that I'd rather have 100% of one of those people in that group, right? So I'd say I'd rather have 100% of the 1% of the people that are coming to the table with me. And so the way I was described this was 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of my own. What if I get sick? If I die in a boat? I'd rather have the residual income of all of those people doing a little bit, and I get a little piece of it. And once you understand that we're building teams here, 2 teams, there's a term called binary. Binary is a 2-legged build, but you know what we are is we're a dual team structure. And inside our dual team structure, we have what's called a matching bonus, kind of like a unilevel for those of you that have ever been in network marketing before, inside a dual team structure, 7 levels deep inside a dual team structure. And what we do is we pay coded bonuses, we pay matching bonuses, we pay fast starts, and all of them are disconnected in a sense. So none of them rely on each other. So what I want you to understand about our comp plan, it is the fairest comp plan possible. It rewards everybody day one that wants to go to work, and it rewards those that really want to build a team, go make more money than even the person that brought them in. There's people in this company right now that are advancing ahead of their sponsors and making way more money, and we congratulate all of them that are advancing. It's exciting to see this company expand with 100 plus new diamonds just over the summer months. It's incredible. Folks, we are in a growth story. And when you understand that the bonuses are going to be paid and the new announcements coming at the convention in just over a month today, really, in the next less than a month, we're going to see why companies like this are replacing the old way business was done. The Sears and all those companies that have gone out of business as a result of the Amazons, Amazon's model may not be sustainable in the long run either. Because once you get people involved in sharing products and services like ours, you can't compete with that. Your heart will come through in your words, and before you know it, we're going to replace, as today, many jobs are being replaced. If you look at the industries that are losing jobs today, obviously the print industry, newspapers, delivering papers, even at the movie theater, we don't pay anybody anymore. We can put our monies in a ticket. We can do it online and walk into the movie theater. They're eliminating so many entry-level jobs. It's scary. What are our kids going to do? And part of it is that, in the old days, we had to get on the radio, get on the TV, find a way to get to you. And I know myself, when I owned my distribution company back in the day, when I sold it to a New York Stock Exchange company, which I did for millions of dollars, I was spending $6 million a year myself out of my pocket, risk, on TV advertisement and print and radio to market those products on infomercials. And the reason why I share that with you is today, much of that's gone away because you can share on social media so much for so little. And as scary as it is, we're starting to see more and more people do this in their homes, in front of their friends and loved ones. It's sad, but it's the reality. This is giving each and every one of you the chance to have a home-based business and travel the world and still be in business. That's what fascinates me about what we have here, is that all of those brands, all of the differences between traditional business and a business like Valentis, it's incredible. Folks, for $20 one time, you can be in business and have all the same benefits as a traditional business and don't have the overhead. You don't have to develop, invent, distribute, inventory, employ, pay all of the insurances to do with that. In fact, we're covered by the liability of the membership inside our portfolio of being an independent rep for the company. We have all of the benefits with all of the risk. And when you really get your head around the fact that we let you get in where you fit in, you can start with 1, 3, 6, 16, or even a 36 box pack. I recommend that one, by the way, the career pack, because it gives you some incredible tools with it, as well as it advances you to our emerald level. And I'm going to touch on that in a second, but I want you to know that we have inside our 2 last packs what we call something called a 6-day experience builder pack. And we give you 350 sticks of coffee of our Optimum. And we encourage you to put them in packages of 6 and sell them for $20. Make a return. In fact, the return is really good, right? 58 sticks or packages of 6 inside that 350 pack will generate about $1,160 worth of cash for you. So that covers the original cost of buying the pack. But what we know is this: if you follow up on day 1 and day 3 and day 5 and ask the people how they're enjoying it, you'll find that a good half of those people, if you follow up, will turn into customers. And so we can average about $30 on a customer, because the average person will buy a tub, you'll make 20 bucks on that, or they'll buy 3 tubs and you'll make $40 on that. So let's just say 30, cut it in the middle is what you might make for money. And look what you make on 27 customers. And then some of those customers are going to get, look, my daughter today came to me so excited because one of her colleagues at the store that she works at, which is one of my stores, lost 6 pounds in 7 days on a 6-day experience. She was blown away. And now she wants to get the product. And she's talked to her mom and her auntie into it, and we think she's going to join the business. Why do I share that with you? Because measurable results sell themselves. And if you can get those people involved because they become customers, then they want to become in the business people. That's why we can use the math here. Approximately 6 business people might come out of a pack of 356. You'll start making legacy codes. You'll start getting shares of our bonus pool. So we can give you an estimate of about $3,000 you might want to make over a 1, 2, 3, 4 month period off of one of those packs. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been given a bag of garbage all our lives. I'm sorry, we were sold something that just doesn't work anymore. Retire at 67 and work all those years, and then the average lifespan is maybe 78, and for 11 years do what? That doesn't sound like a fair deal anymore. What I know now is that for things to change, I have to change. And so tonight I wanted to share with you my thoughts around this amazing company. I wanted you to understand that you can do this. There's tax advantages here. There's all kinds of advantages to being in business for yourself. But what you have to really get your head around is that we have a plan. We can share with you the Valentis plan through different trainings we'll do. We'll give you a roadmap. We're not going to leave you alone. We're here to build a team. We want you to get to Emerald, and that's why that Emerald pack is so important for some of you. Start with that if you can afford it. If you can't, then build up to it. That's okay. Get in where you fit in. But as you structure yourself and you understand that Emerald is the key to our plan, that Emerald pack looks really good at $11.99. It also gives you the ability to start seeing how many Emerald packs or how many builder packs you need to move to the diamond level. And this chart just kind of basically says, hey, if you were building with builder packs, there'd be 38 of them on the left. Not just you, sponsor. Remember, our program is a team program. So as you build, it's not what you do, it's what your team does. It's what you agree to do and what they agree to do with you. You become a storyteller and you start using our system like this one, Captain Ditto. It's free. Every one of you can go to CaptainDitto.com right now and do 7 little modules that will teach you a little bit about our products, our system, our story, give you some activities to do. It's simple. We've got programs in the Emerald Pack where you get an interactive software tool. You can send out links on our products. And yes, there's one on the Mulin about to launch inside for free if you own the membership of a Ditto Touch membership, which you get for free, by the way, with your Career Success Pack, which is the $11.99 pack. Why do I share that with you? Because we're looking for good people, and we're going to share it in a duplicatable way. We want you to understand we're not going to leave you alone. I'm not excited about you joining my team. I'm excited about you wanting to be part of a team. If you want to be part of a team, then we go to work together. And if you're coachable and if you're dependable enough to be able to attract some other people that are going to look at you and say, okay, if you're interested, I'm interested, we'll then show you the way. We'll pull you up, you'll pull them up, and together we'll learn that it's just sharing and following up. That's all we do. We share and we follow up in Valentis. And if you understand this concept, that we're really a standard transmission, that's our concept. That's what we teach. That's what we duplicate. Get started, buy some products, get to use them, find out who you get to work with in your upline. Then in third gear, you're going to move to the sponsor of one of those people with the help of your upline. And in fourth gear, we're going to train that new person to do the same thing. Go and buy some product, learn who their upline is, go to the first person with somebody else involved, and fifth gear is duplicated. That's our model, okay? And if you follow this system, you'll get people that'll get started as prospects and end up as clients or customers or members. That's what we do. We tell them, we show them, they try it, and eventually they can do what we're talking about tonight. We don't want them to just sell product. We want them to build teams, right? Find 3 people, help them find 3 people, help them find 3 people, and you'll understand the power of duplication. And our system is so simple. This was the light bulb for me. When I looked at this information and created this chart here, I want you to key in on that number on the right, 5,332. You see, it's 5,332 more than 124 people on the left. But look at the top numbers. 2 duplicated all the way down adds up to 124. 3 duplicated all the way down adds up to 1089. 4 duplicated all the way down adds up to 5456. The difference between 5456 and 124 is 5332. And all you did was sponsor 2 more. That's our business. Teach people how to monkey see, monkey do. Do what's working, go to work, get started, buy a package, and then learn and earn. Understand the volume, the differences between them. It's not tonight that we're going to teach you that. We wanted to open your eyes to potential, to opportunity. And if you can get yourself to the point where you understand what a Legacy Qualified Optimum member is, you'll be excited. And each and every one of the people that invited you to this call can help you create a foundation team and turn them into a legacy team. And the foundation team is your first 3 people that you're going to bring in. Let's go to work with those people and help them build their own legacy team. That's the philosophy. And before you know it, you'll have so many people coming in with so many people, coming in with so many people, and you get paid a matching bonus and all of their earnings, up to 7 levels deep, infinitely. And that is our program. It's that simple. If you really got anything out of what I was sharing with you tonight, the thing that you should have got most importantly shared to you is opportunity. Our company is growing at such a rapid pace right now. We're putting in further infrastructure, massive expansion of warehousing, all for the future for all of us. And each and every one of us are not investing the dollars. Dave Jordan is. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me tonight for this short 32-minute presentation. Brett's going to turn off the recording, and we'll open it up to some questions if anybody has it. And once again, long summer ahead, right? We got about 3-4 weeks of good weather ahead of us, and then we'll see you in Orlando. Thanks for joining me tonight. And Brett, I'll let you take over.
Yeah, great presentation, Don. Thanks for sharing. Just before stopping the recording, I'm just going to mention one thing. You can still make it to convention. It's going to be the first week of September, and they are going to be drawing for a car of your choice, up to 500,000 or 500,000. No, 50,000. Trying to get it out of my lips. $50,000 US. You can buy for a new vehicle, which is a pretty nice vehicle up here in Canada. But yeah.
That'll be, by the way, Brett, that's from somebody that'll be in the room.
Yeah.